Charles McGee is perhaps Detroit's most important and influential visual artist. At 91 years young, he is still actively creating. He recently unveiled his most ambitious project to date, a 20-foot outdoor sculpture at the Charles McGee Museum of African American History entitled, "United We Stand." Now, as a black man born in 1915, he has endured intense racism, wars, recessions, and Detroit's darkest days. Nevertheless, he still keeps a smile on his face. This poem is dedicated to his incredible life and legacy, which is still growing. Doom, 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 doom. The artist. Doom, 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 doom. Charles McGee. Doom, 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 doom. In his own words, doom, 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 doom. The art is a series of lines, shapes, colors, values, and textures. The way that these components are individualized ultimately creates content. Doom, 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 doom. The enormous Sahara Desert's scorching sands span the northern third of the African continent's gorgeous land. Now extracted by storms, these massive dust plumes form. And of the 182 million tons thrust up into an atmospheric lawn, 27 million, now that's plenty enough to fill 100,000 semi-trucks, treks 1,600 miles over the Atlantic Ocean's westward course, then slowly descends upon the Amazon rainforest. This phosphoric soil, placed in the basin, feeds flora, thusly creating the most fascinating ecosystem environmental scientists have ever seen. The astonishing key to this uniquely flourishing network of ecological diversity is 15% of the African fragments, the sand, that annually withstand this natural, magical odyssey. Conversely, tragically, ironically, historians have suggested an equal percentage of African captives perished during the disastrous man-made Middle Passage. With its torturous nautical voyages, the Ma'afa, the suffering sought to destroy us, as 400 years of our ancestral phosphorus made America vastly prosperous. And while race is actually a conceptual fallacy, forged into reality with the tools of iniquity and is therefore lacking structural integrity, we have to acknowledge this. Africans have inhabited all four corners of the planet, and let me be very candid. Wherever, whenever we landed, we literally gave the world civilizations while being taken for granted. Now that said, the Sahara, South America's shared heritage bears the narrative and perspective that all living things are inherently connected. Consistently enlisting this as a lifelong message with commitment, kindness, and culture, masterfully crafting timeless sculptures, the modest Charles McGee also models the ingredients for living optimally. A childlike love for learning that never rests, proficiency that relentlessly produces excellence, and an aesthetic benevolence that endeavors to mesh disparate elements into cohesive elegance. Nevertheless, watching with horror the repeated state-sponsored carnage launched upon us, it would be awfully hard to march onward with unity as my mantra were it not for this brilliant visionary's exemplary resilience. Even when deemed a lowly Negro in the evil throes of Jim Crow sharecropping, even when he could not vote as an enlisted Marine witnessing Nagasaki after the atomic bombing, as a factory-working father, mentoring countless scholars toward prominence in an ominous era marred by murdered civil rights martyrs, protests, rebellions, and armed troops hell-bent on repelling them, and perhaps most compelling then, as a modern-day artisan whose greatness remains astounding at 9+ decades and counting. His resounding body of work, boundlessly expanding, landing like the Saharan sands, replenishing our waning spirits, lifting us, gifting us with covenant-painted lyrics, transposing rants from opposing social camps into soulful jazz. You see, whereas those juxtapose in philosophical silos summarily unload prolonged solos for an exclusive few to hear, Charles McGee's artistry converts complex cacophonies into harmonies more audibly discernible to the common ear. His distinct timbre is always clear. We are all merely a series of lines, shapes, colors, values, textures, scattered across the land as individualized strands. But in the end, doom, 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 united we stand. Doom, 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 doom. Has this been an incredible day? This has been an incredible day, but y'all been sitting down all day. It's time to get up on your feet. It's time to get up on your feet. You know the game plan, Rain Man? Let's take them back to the motherland. Y'all ready to go back to the motherland? This is Afroflow. Let's go. Bet 'em up, fam, get 'em up. Now let me tell you about the band. Stay true to what we do. Say we ain't new to none of this. We only knew to some of you. I'm moving through the crew so incredible. It's Afroflow. You better act like you know now. Yup, and our percussionists be crushing it. Chi, I'm in Ra. Tell them who we are. A lot of us watching the game. Never think if it's a game, so I must get played. So, I learn to guard my cards. Watch nervous catch, fold 'em like Texas hold 'em now. Yup, we keep our ace in the hole. Independent artists know hard is what makes them whole. So we don't follow charts and trends. We only got 'em on the water, throw darts at them. When I say bet 'em up, y'all say get 'em up, bet 'em up,
Get 'em up,
bet 'em up,
get 'em up,
When I say bet 'em up, y'all say get 'em up, bet 'em up,
get 'em up,
bet 'em up,
get 'em up.
When I say bet 'em up, Chi, make 'em get 'em up, bet 'em up, bet 'em up. When I say bet 'em up, everybody get 'em up, bet 'em up,
Get 'em up,
bet 'em up.
get 'em
Come on,
up.
y'all felt so hot, pull it to gut, yo. Y'all felt so hot, pull it to gut, yo. Come on, y'all felt so hot, pull it to gut, yo.
Gio, 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 Gio.
Come on,
Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio.
Oh.
Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio.
Come on.
Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio. Gio, 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 Gio.
Now is it possible on the djembe to build capital in hospitals like the Kimbe? Matumbo, see I'm confident but humble. I see men with no legs beg, how can I stumble? I walk it out, a lot of conscious brothers love to talk about revolution, offer no solution, what they all about? I probably get booed up in the club for singing one love. It's too many fake thugs and wannabes. Suckers get from in front of me. This is what listening to Chuck D has done to me. What you wanna see? Power to the people, a coward selling evil. We need you, what's it gonna be? Look, I ain't no positive rapper. I'm simply positive that a lot of heads are backwards. And so we gotta twist it around. Black lives matter, damn it, listen to me now. When I say bet 'em up, y'all say get 'em up, bet 'em up,
Get 'em up,
bet 'em up,
get 'em up,
When I say bet 'em up, one love, get 'em up, bet 'em up,
get 'em up,
bet 'em up,
get 'em up.
When I say bet 'em up, Detroit, get 'em up, bet 'em up,
Get 'em up,
bet 'em up,
get 'em up.
When I say bet 'em up, everybody get 'em up, bet 'em up,
Get 'em up.
Let's go.
Y'all felt so hot,
Pull it to gut, Gio.
Y'all
Oh,
felt so hot, put it to the Gio.
Oh.
Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio. Gio, 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 Gio. Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio. Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio.
come on,
Y'all felt so hot, put it to the Gio.
Grandmaster
Gio,
Kafani.
Gio, Gio,
break it
Gio.
down, y'all. Come on now. Clap your hands, Detroit. Let's go. Everybody put your right hand high in the sky like this. One finger, one thumb. In the spirit of Bob Marley, everybody say one love. Say one love. We say one love.
One love.
We're singing one love. Come on.
One love.
Come on. Somebody say Sade. Come on, y'all.
Shawty.
That's a drummer say Sade. Everybody sing it.
Shawty.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on. One love. We love you, Detroit. One love. Peace.